So you added a row to Google Sheets and now you want to update it. Well, I'm going to show you how you can use ManyChat and Integromat to update that row, and I'm going to show you that now.
We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon.
All right, let's get this party started. So we're going to talk about using Integromat to update a Google Sheet row. And obviously somehow you got a row into the Google Sheet by doing an add row. You can use a ManyChat direct integration to Google Sheets. Unfortunately, at this point, and I know they're working on it, there is no update natively in ManyChat. So you'll need to use Zapier or Integromat for right now to update that row. And so we're going to go through that today on how to update a row in Google Sheets using ManyChat and Integromat. And we're going to use the Integromat, the ManyChat Integromat integration. And for the basics to set that up, look above. There is a video above. The little eye, click on that, and you'll be able to see the basics to set it up, get your account set up, those types of things. I'm not going to go through that today. I'm going to show you how to get the setup so that you can actually update the row. So what you want to do is once you get into your Integromat account, you're going to say create scenario. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in ManyChat for now and get that one in there and say continue. And then we can add the other ones in, which are going to be Google Sheets. And I'm going to click on that and I'm going to say legacy. Now there's two versions out there, version 1 and version 2. I'm going to show you both. If you're using version 1, if you're using version 2, once I start version 1, you can fast forward to about the middle of the video and I'll do version 2 there. I would say if you're not using any, use version 2. And I believe the video that I first did with the add row was based on version 1, but I believe they didn't change much in version 2. To look up a row, they did. So that's why I want to show you that today. So I'm going to click on legacy version 1 for right now just to get here. And then I'm going to add. And see, it doesn't search the second time. It's weird. So I'm going to have to scroll down to Google Sheets and I'm at version 2. So I have both versions. First, we're going to start with getting the data from ManyChat. So we're going to click on here on the question mark and then grab watching incoming data. You always start with that module. And now what we need to do is add the webhook. Now you can add new webhooks, let's say, and the webhook is what's in the action over here in ManyChat. So let's get that quickly set up. You're going to double click in the open area. I'm in the flow builder, not the basic builder, in the flow builder. Click perform actions. The action comes up. You can click on that and then you scroll down to trigger Integromat. Now you do need the pro version of ManyChat to do this. If you click on that, and then click on here, you're going to get all the webhooks that you have set up. I have all of these set up. Now, granted, if you wanted to set a new one up, and what you're going to do here is you're going to stick this action in somewhere where you're collecting data. Or let's say you have a subscriber came in for an offer, you got their name, and then you got their email and phone number, and you added a row to a Google Sheet. Something like this. And then they have redeem or something. So let's say they're going to redeem the offer. And so you're going to update that offer later on. So you're going to update the Google Sheet row and later on. So you're going to create this webhook. And basically what the webhook is what you put in here. You have to have it in here first before it's going to show up in the list here. All right. So I'm going to create a new one on here. Right now, see, all these are my webhooks. All right. and you could create a new webhook, or you could just use an existing. I'll create a new one. Now, if you watch the other video, initially you're going to see how to set up the connection and all that stuff. And so if you wanted to add a new webhook, you just type it in here. New webhook 2. And then you say save, and then it's going to show up. So if I do that, oh, no, that's the wrong one. I did make a mistake here. Edit item. I don't know if I can edit this item in this way. I guess not. So I don't want to do that because it's actually went to a different connection. I don't know if you saw that. So if I do an add, you got to make sure it went to this connection, auto lead zone. I don't want it there because I'm in my everything bots connection. So you need to make sure that you're doing it at the right connection. All right, everything bots. And then I'm going to say new webhook 3. All right, and then I'm just going to say save. All right, so now I have it. And so if I go over here, I'm going to say okay. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to back out, and should have new webhook 3. There it is. Now, granted, this is the connection to my everything bots. You know, the one that I mistakenly put to another connection isn't going to show up here because it's to another bot. So obviously you can make a mistake. Just make sure that you're on the right connection to the right page. So I'm just going to click that one. So now we have that all set up. And then I'm going to move the starting. Whoops, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to move that over there. I'm going to publish it. There we go. So now we have a connection. And so now we can get some data. So you want to do is you want to run this once, publish this, preview it, and then you got data. There it is. There I am. So we got data to work with. All right. So now we're going to add a module. And we're going to go legacy first. And then I'll show you the other one. What you want to do is you want to do select row. Because what you have to do is you have to look up the row before you can actually update it, which is here. So we're going to have 2 modules for Google Sheets to do this. So once you add that, you're going to add your connection. So obviously, you got to make sure that you have your connection. Now, you can follow video above. That will give you the step-by-step to the beginning part and setting it up and adding a row. Like I said, you may be using ManyChat to add the row. And then you wouldn't have to do that, but it'll show you how to get the connection set up and Google Sheets and stuff. I'm just going to pick, test email sheet, and I'm going to pick sheet 3, and I'm going to order it by ID. And so what I'm doing is I'm working with subscriber data. You could be using products, look up products and sending stuff back to them, updating product, you know, stuff like that. So I'm just going to be looking it up by ID. All right. And I'm going to sort by ID. Now, one of the things you got to notice is these little lowercase names. These are the ones that you're going to use to reference in Integromat. Integromat doesn't identify ID, capital ID, but it will identify with small ID, no, lowercase ID. So, and the reason I bring that up is we need to do filtering to get the records that you want. And so what you're going to do is you're going to do ID small equals this ID here, like that. And now you can say how many records you want. I'm going to say 5 because I have 3 of them in here. Normally, you're not going to do that. You're going to leave it at 1 because you only want to update 1. But I'm going to do it that way. And now I'm going to add another module, and I'm going to do legacy again. So I want to keep it in version 1 of Google Sheets for Integromat. And then I'm going to say update row. All right. And then we're going to go in here and use the same connection for Google Sheets. And then the file is going to be test email. The sheet is going to be sheet 3. And the row ID, actually down here, the row ID is going to be the row ID from here, step 2. So we're going to put that, and that's how we're going to look it up. Or how we're going to identify which record we want to update. That's what it is. So you're matching whatever row you got here in step 2 to step 3 to update. And then we're just going to put an email in. And so we're going to scroll down, get to custom fields, scroll down a little farther, and I'm just going to find an email. Here's a test email. All right. And I'm going to say, OK. So now we should be set. And I'm just going to move this whole thing, make it a little smaller. Now we're going to do run once, and so it's waiting for data. And we're going to preview this, and we should see a 1, a 1, and a 1. And now we should be able to hear. So it updated 2 of them. All right. Well, anyway, it updated the email. Not sure why it updated. Oh, they updated 3. It says updated 3. Huh. It must have been because I had the cursor in there and didn't update that one or something. Anyway, it updated them. So that's how you update with the legacy or the version 1 Google Sheets. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to delete this module. I'm going to delete this module. All right. So we're going to use the same one here, but we're going to add a module, and we're going to go to the version 2. Now you can see that it doesn't say select lookup row or select row. What did it say? Let's go back over here. Select rows. It doesn't say that. It says search rows. So that's what you want to do is you're going to search rows, and then there's other things you can do, but we're going to search rows in version 2. And I believe it's pretty similar within here. These aren't in alphabetical order where it was in the other one. Interesting little glitches. And we're going to go to sheet 3. We're going to blank these out. Blank these out, move my cursor. And let's say table contains headers, yes. And then we're going to filter. So they made it a little nicer than the way I was doing it before, had to do it before. Equal. And then we're going to do there. So that's how the filtering works there. And then you can do and ors, so you can have multiple conditions on how you're going to bring in the rows. I would say ascending, and then I would say ordered by ID. So that it's easier for it to find them. Max number, I'm going to leave that blank and see what happens. All right. So now we're going to add the update part, and we're going to use version 2 again. And this one should be pretty similar. Now they have an update cell. I don't know if they had that before, but I'm going to update row. All right. And yeah, we're going to spreadsheet and sheet, not map. Okay. And then we're going to pick this one. And we're going to pick sheet 3. So now it's loading it up. Row number is going to come from right here, row number right here. Now we're going to take that row number. So it's a little different that way. And then values. So they made it a little cleaner looking. We're going to put email, and we're going to go down and get that same email address. Here it is. Actually, let's take a different one. We'll take the RE email. Be a little different. And we're going to say OK. All right. And now we're going to move that over, and we're going to run it once and see the magic happen. So we're going to push preview, and 1, 1, and 3. So it updated all 3 of them. There they are. And it's another email. So those are the 2 ways you can do it. Obviously, depending on which version of Google Sheets module Integromat you're using. I showed you both ways of doing it. Now, once you're done with your scenario, you want to save it. Make sure it's saved, so you get the little notification on the bottom there. and then you want to turn it on. All right. And then you want to run it immediately. So you're going to activate it. So now it's on all the time. All right. And so I'm going to blank these out. You're not going to see it run manually, like we were seeing the ones showing up. We were seeing the ones here. You're not going to see that because now it's just running in the background. So if I go and run this again, you're not going to see this go boom, boom, boom because it's not waiting, but it's going to update. And then obviously, one other thing you want to do is you want to name this. So ManyChat, ManyChat to GS version 2. I'm just going to put that and save it. That concludes our video for today on how to use Integromat to update a row in Google Sheets with some data coming from ManyChat. I did show you 2 different versions. There's a version 1, version 2 of Google Sheets within Integromat. A little different on how you have to look up the row, but the end is all the same. Showed you that. If you have any questions or comments, you can post them down below. I'd happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Click the little bell on top so you do get notification when I upload a new video. Down in the description, I do have a link to a great Facebook group, all like-minded people sharing things. Come on and join us. Happy to have you. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.